Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to day 5 of Birth Month. We're talking about Ice Age, the 22-year-old movie now, coming out in 2002. Yes, 22 years ago. Well, not exactly 22, it's 23. I don't think it's not hit 22 yet. It's 21, not hit 22 yet. So, yeah. Um, and Ice Age is one of those movies that we're kind of on repeat. We had the DVD around the house. You know, my brother liked to watch it. One of those things. And it tells the story of an unlikely herd when the Ice Age hits. A mammoth, a sloth, which they had in prehistoric times apparently, and eventually a saber-toothed tiger have to help return a baby to their family, and that is the story. But it's not all. They got to return baby. These three unlikely animals form a herd, and there's also danger. There's danger as there's more saber-toothed tigers on the prowl. So, yeah. So I was worried that going back and watching this, having not watched it in a while, my son grew up watching these as well. There's 5 of these damn things. 6 if you count the one on Disney Plus, which I do not. It is a spin-off, which technically could count as 6. I've never seen it. I hear it's not good, but um, so here's the thing. When I get to the end, talk about the end of this movie, I'm going to talk about the sequel we should have gotten, because I feel like from this point, the sequels just got sillier and goofier, and this, while being silly and goofy, has also had a sort of serious tone to it. They're trying to return a child they found to its family. That's serious. While having some goofy antics and stuff like that, but I think they just got goofier and goofier as the films went on, and I think a sequel that we should get, I will talk about at the end of this. But we start off with that squirrel, prehistoric squirrel called Scrat, trying to catch walnut. I think it's a walnut, right? It's walnut. I don't know. And look, this is the stuff they show in the trailers, and people like this, and I just think it's stupid. And by the way, there's a thing at the end of this movie with Scrat that, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. So spoilers for the end, I guess, but he wakes up in an ice cube 20,000 years later, right? And he's in ice. He's still trapped in ice with the nut. And I feel like that's been retconned with the sequels because he keeps showing up in them. I'm just saying. But anyway, so there's that. And then we are introduced to Manfred, or Manny, voiced by Ray Romano. He's this mammoth who's kind of all by himself. He only cares about himself, this sort of thing. We do get a scene later that kind of tells us something happened to his family, and it had to do with man. Yes, man. Man who would... Never mind. But... And then we meet Sid, an annoying sloth who's supposed to be annoying, and I don't think many people get that. People say, he's so annoying. Why did they have him do this voice? Why, like, even this nostalgia critic said, who heard that voice and thought it was a good idea? He's supposed to be annoying. That is the... Hello? That is the point of this character, is he's supposed to be annoying. Hold on a minute. That is the point of the character. Now it's... Hold on. He's supposed to be annoying. I was doing this and then it tilted. So they form sort of an unlikely duo, although Manny wants nothing to do with them, but he tags along anyway. Then we cut to this group of saber-toothed tigers. And I don't know all the names. I know Soto is the leader, and Diego is the other guy. The sloth, by the way, Sid, is voiced by John Leguizamo. Underrated actor. I feel like he deserves more credit for stuff that he does, but you know. And then Diego is voiced by Dennis Leary. And they come across this family. They're gonna apparently the man has killed some of the saber-toothed tigers, so they're gonna get revenge by eating the baby. And they chase the woman with the baby to the falls, and they fall down the falls where Manny and Sid find the mom with the baby, and the mom gives the baby to them and then disappears, assuming that she passed away. You know, they don't show death in this movie, and that's kids' movies in general. They don't like to show it. Like, even Bambi, you hear the gunshot and then you just see the body. Here, they don't even show the body. She floats away, and even later, you don't really see another character's death. You see the events lead up to it, and it cuts away, and you just have to fill in the blanks. But, so Sid wants to take the baby and get back to his family, but of course, as we find out later, he has a thing against man, so he doesn't want to deal with it. But Sid convinces him, and so they form a partnership, and goofy stuff happens and throughout the film, and they form a bond with this kid, right? Eventually, they meet up with Diego, who claims he knows where to take the baby. He knows where the humans are. They moved on from their encampment, and they're going somewhere else. So he's going to lead them. So, man, he says, okay, the three of us will go. I like here because turn off your goddamn car alarm. You know the goddamn winter in their car alarm. I hate living next to a hotel. I hate it. Can you hear that? Through the window, can you hear it? I can't concentrate with it going off. I'm going to pause it, and I'll come back when it's done. God damn, that went on forever. I feel like it was never going to stop. Where was I? So they take Diego with them, and I love this part. Right. And he's like, okay, Mr. Kitty, you can go away. And he's like, Mr. Kitty is coming with us. Oh, look on his face. So, yeah, so now it's the three of them and the baby. And of course, Diego gets acquainted with the baby. And once we get to where the climax is, he stops them and says at the bottom of this pass, there are going to be more tigers that are going to, it's an ambush. And so he leads them in another direction, and they set up the tigers, and they fight the tigers, but Diego gets wounded during this by Soto. And but Soto gets knocked into this ice area by Manny, and then you see icicles drop, and it's presumed that he dies. Okay, I said this in my review of that dumbass remake of Black Christmas, the newer one. Icicles cannot penetrate skin. They're not that sharp. You cannot stab someone with icicles. It's ice. It would break before it would penetrate your skin. Penetration. Anyway, so at this point, during the film, we go back and forth showing the humans moving. And at this point that we see him place down this necklace because he believes both his wife and son are dead. And then Manny comes walking up, and he goes to his trunk to move it, and he's going to stab him with a spike, but he grabs it, throws it. And the other human, because they got like wolf dogs, and then other humans come in. But then, as he sees the baby, the human's like, They don't speak. They don't speak here. And he gives them the baby back, and they're happy. And then the baby says goodbye to them. They say goodbye to the baby. And even they show Diego's alive. He's fine. 9 lives, baby, as he says. And now the three of them are going to be a herd. And then 20,000 years later, the Scrat comes out of the ice, which I think is no longer canon because the sequels, they weren't planning on doing sequels to this. So, but here's the thing. So we have done 4 more sequels to this, technically 5 with that Buckaroo, whatever, spinoff thing. And we have yet to revisit this baby character. Why the fuck haven't we gone back to this baby character? That would be a powerful ending for this franchise. Think about it, right? So here's what I would do for what I would call Ice Age 6. Whatever. Okay? So it's been, maybe this movie will come out in 2026. It's been 25 years since the event of the first film. 25 years have passed completely. And so in spoilers for the rest of the franchise, sort of. In the second one, he meets his wife, Manny does, and in the third one, they have a daughter. So at this point, Ellie has grown up, and his daughter has grown up and has moved on to a herd. She has a family of her own. She's moved on. We find out that Manny's wife, Queen Latifah's character, has been killed off screen by man. Yes, man, who has been absent from this franchise since the first one. But we know there's humans out there. By this point, humans have gotten more populated this Earth in the 25 years. It can happen. And so Manny's sort of depressed now. He's living with Sid and Diego, and they're older and wiser. Not in Sid's case. Hold on. I got an itch to scratch. All right. So he's kind of desolate. And he the humans are crouching on them, and they have to find a new place to live. So he decides he's going to go where his daughter is, and he's going to travel while being chased by these humans who just want to kill. That is, until they realize that the leader of this group is the little kid that they found. Because Manny kept the necklace that his dad gave him. And so just as he's about to do it, the older version of the dad stops him. He talks to him and tells him the truth. These are the animals that saved him. Maybe they talk by this point, 25 years, And so he realizes, these are, they realize he starts to remember a little bit. He's a baby here, so, And, it's a final embrace type situation, and I don't know. You could end it with Manny dying, or you can have him reach his daughter or something. I would think maybe there's like 2 warring tribes of human, and there's the one with the kid who's now an adult, and there's another one, and it's the leader of this other one that kills Manny before he's able to do anything. And that's when the dad sees the necklace on him, and that's when, they realize what they've done. I feel like Manny dying would be a good way to end the franchise. It's sad, But now you can show a funeral sort of thing where his daughter comes back for the funeral, and then show him in heaven with his wife. And the other family, his parents. I'm assuming that the ones killed were his parents. They're all back together now. Put a little sadness, a little seriousness into the movie. You know what I mean? Something like that. Make more serious. The place of this movie, it's pretty good. Like I said, I was afraid the animation was going to be horrible. It's not as good. This is 2002 CGI animation. It's not going to be fantastic. But it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would be. Like, you go back and watch Toy Story now from 1998. Especially in HD, and you're going, ooh, that's a little janky. But, it's still not bad, especially for what they could do back then. But yeah, so this was pretty good. So, what are your thoughts on Ice Age? When it comes so much, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.